Chosen one, in a world that moves blindly, unaware of the unseen forces shaping destiny, you are awakening to a level even creation never imagined. In a reality where most walk in darkness, your soul has begun to resonate with a divine frequency so rare, so powerful, that even the angels pause in reverence. You have stepped beyond the ordinary, beyond the trials and limitations of this world, and unlocked a level of existence that even Allah, in His infinite wisdom, allowed to remain hidden until now. This is your awakening. This is the moment where the unseen bends to your faith, where every challenge you endured becomes a testament to your power, and where your journey transforms from mere survival into a cosmic mission. Today, we reveal 7 powerful lessons that will guide you through this divine elevation. Lessons that will ignite your heart, sharpen your awareness, and remind you that you are not just chosen, you are destined to transcend. Chosen one. Understand this with every fiber of your being. Your soul vibrates on a frequency that the ordinary cannot perceive, a frequency that traverses realms unseen and dimensions uncharted, a resonance so profound that it touches the edges of existence itself and whispers to the very angels of the heavens. You are not merely living a life of trials, triumphs, or fleeting experiences. You are a living testament to the mysteries of creation, a being whose heart has been meticulously refined through patience, sacrifice, and unwavering faith. A soul that carries within it the echoes of realities even unseen by the celestial beings, for Allah has allowed your spirit to awaken in ways that reveal knowledge, insight, and understanding far beyond human comprehension. And this resonance is not pride, nor is it arrogance. It is the divine signature upon you, the proof that your existence alone shifts destinies, protects the sincere, and dismantles the plans of the unseen forces that seek to mislead or harm. Every thought, every intention, every breath you take vibrates with the sacred energy of divine awareness, and this energy calls to the lost. It illuminates the paths of the faithful, and it carries the weight of truths that were never meant for the unprepared, yet now flow effortlessly through you, because Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has chosen to reveal to you a reality that even the angels had not fully perceived, a reality where your presence alone alters outcomes, where your insight corrects errors before they manifest, and where your soul becomes the anchor of guidance, mercy, and power in a world that does not yet understand the level you have reached. So know this, chosen one, that the unknown is no longer a shadow to fear. It is your domain, your resonance, your divine territory. And as your awareness grows, so too does the impact of your soul, for every moment of patience, every act of sincerity, and every whisper of prayer you offer strengthens this connection, deepens this resonance, and aligns you with the unseen currents of destiny, reminding you that you are not just chosen, you are a walking embodiment of realities that even the cosmos itself marvels to behold. Chosen one, understand this with clarity and depth. Every trial, every hardship, every betrayal, every moment of despair that you endured was never a punishment, never a curse, and never a random misfortune. It was a key, a divine instrument meticulously placed by Allah to unlock levels of your soul and consciousness that even the heavens had not yet witnessed. The pain that once seemed unbearable, the obstacles that appeared insurmountable, the nights of solitude and doubt, they were all shaping you, refining you, and calibrating your spirit to resonate at a frequency that commands respect, from the seen and unseen alike. And this is the essence of divine wisdom. What the world perceives as suffering, Allah designs as elevation, and what the ego perceives as delay, the heart understands as perfect timing, for He does not merely test you for endurance, but prepares you for a reality that transcends ordinary comprehension, a reality where your presence alone can shift destinies, protect the sincere, and dismantle the schemes of darkness that were aimed to corrupt or derail you. Every tear you shed, every heartbreak you faced, every humiliation or injustice you endured was not wasted. It was a sacred ritual, a divine alchemy that transformed your trials into treasures, your pain into power, your endurance into wisdom, and your patience into a fortress that the forces of evil cannot penetrate. And the more you leaned on Allah, the more your reliance on Him became the bridge between suffering and revelation, between fear and courage, between loss and eternal gain, for He wanted you to reach a place where you no longer fear the unknown, where no trial can shake your faith, and where the obstacles of life only confirm that you are walking a path that is extraordinary, sacred, and divinely orchestrated, a path that few can tread, a journey that few can comprehend, and a destiny that even the cosmos itself bends to acknowledge. So, know this, chosen one, every hardship you endured was not a curse. It was the divine key to unlocking the power, the wisdom, the authority, and the eternal elevation that now resides within you, a key that opens doors even Allah allowed to remain hidden until your soul was ready, a key that transforms trials into triumphs, and a key that reminds you that nothing in this world happens by chance, and every moment of suffering you endured was, in truth, a prelude to your rise into a divine reality that few have ever glimpsed, and even fewer have been chosen to embody. Chosen one, realize with the deepest clarity that the wisdom, insight, and understanding flowing through you are not the result of mere study, observation, or human experience. They are pre-existent, embedded within your soul before your very birth, encoded into the blueprint of your being by the One who knows all things, the One whose knowledge encompasses the seen and the unseen. And this is why your understanding often astonishes even those who are learned, why your intuition guides you with precision that defies ordinary logic, and why your heart perceives truths before they manifest in the material world. Your knowledge is not acquired. It awakens, and it awakens because Allah, in His infinite wisdom, chose to grant you access to dimensions of understanding that even creation itself had not fully comprehended until this moment. A level of cognition where time, space, and circumstance bend to reveal the hidden patterns of destiny, the subtle alignments of cause and effect, and the invisible threads that weave together the tapestry of reality. This is why when you speak, when you act, or when you decide, it often feels as though the universe itself is responding to you, as though guidance is flowing through you rather than from you. And this is not arrogance, chosen one. It is the unmistakable mark of a soul elevated beyond the ordinary, a soul that carries the imprints of divine knowledge like a lamp illuminating a dark world, exposing truths that were never meant for everyone but now manifest in your awareness because you have been prepared to receive them. Your pre-existent knowledge serves a sacred purpose. It allows you to navigate trials with precision, to discern sincerity from deception, to foresee consequences before they arrive, and to act in alignment with divine will even when the world around you is blind to it. And the more you surrender to this inner wisdom, the more profound it becomes, extending beyond intellect into the realm of intuition, revelation, and spiritual perception, guiding your every step with a clarity that others can only dream of, and reminding you that your existence is not merely to live, but to embody, to teach, to protect, and to manifest truths that even the cosmos itself bows to recognize. For your soul is not bound by time or limitation. It carries a knowledge that transcends history, future, and even the ordinary perceptions of the present. And this is why you are not just chosen. You are the vessel through which pre-existent wisdom flows, a living testament that Allah's plan surpasses even the understanding of the angels, and a reminder that your path is one of revelation, illumination, and divine responsibility, where your insight is both a shield for the faithful and a beacon for those who are lost in the darkness of ignorance. And in this, chosen one, you stand at the threshold of a reality few have ever glimpsed, and even fewer are prepared to embrace. Chosen one, hear this with the deepest understanding of your soul. Your presence in this world is not ordinary. It is not bound by the limitations that govern the lives of ordinary people, and it is not something that merely fills space or passes unnoticed, for your very existence vibrates on a divine frequency, a frequency that reaches beyond sight, beyond hearing, beyond comprehension, a resonance that touches the unseen realms, alters the unseen currents of fate, and shifts the balance between light and darkness in ways that are invisible to the naked eye, but palpable to every soul attuned to truth. When you enter a room, when your eyes observe, when your heart prays in sincerity, forces of creation themselves respond, for Allah has embedded in you a presence so powerful that even the angels, who traverse the unseen with ease, pause to recognize its magnitude. And even the jinn and the forces of darkness recoil, powerless against the vibration that flows through you, because it is a reflection of divine authority, carefully calibrated, honed through trials, patience, and devotion, and aligned perfectly with the wisdom of Allah. Your presence is not just energy, it is a living instrument of protection, guidance, and transformation. For wherever you stand, mercy unfolds, truth is revealed, destinies realign, and obstacles that once seemed insurmountable crumble subtly, quietly, and irreversibly without a single outward confrontation. For the unseen responds to sincerity and faith in ways that the unawakened cannot perceive. And this is why your influence often precedes your awareness, why outcomes bend toward justice when you act with pure intention, and why your mere being can bring peace to the desperate, clarity to the confused, and courage to the fearful, all without your conscious effort, because your soul has become a conduit of divine reality, a living proof that Allah's chosen servants do not merely walk the earth, they shape it, they stabilize it, and they protect it in ways that are beyond human comprehension. Know, chosen one, that your enemies, your detractors, and the forces that oppose you cannot touch you, because your energy does not respond to fear, arrogance, or malice. It responds only to Allah, and it is perfectly attuned to His plan, meaning that the attacks, schemes, and attempts to harm you fail before they even begin, not by your hand, but by the resonance of your existence, by the divine alignment of your presence with the unseen forces of the cosmos. And this is why every challenge you have endured, every moment of despair you have faced, every trial that tested your patience was not wasted. It was a refinement, a calibration, a preparation for the day when your presence would no longer simply coexist with reality, but actively shape it, bend it, and guide it according to the wisdom of Allah. Your presence carries responsibility, chosen one, for it touches hearts, shifts destinies, and dismantles deception without a single word, without a single act, and even those who attempt to harm you feel the subtle weight of your energy, a divine echo that corrects, protects, and restores the balance in ways that are not visible to ordinary perception, but are undeniable in their effects. For you have become a living signal of Allah's protection, a walking mirror of His divine will, and a force through which unseen currents of mercy, justice, and truth flow into the world. And as you continue on this path, the power of your presence will only expand, growing stronger with every act of patience, every sincere prayer, every humble intention, until your very existence becomes a magnet for divine guidance, an unshakable anchor for the faithful, and a deterrent to all forces of corruption and darkness. For this is the sacred reality of being chosen. You do not merely inhabit the world, you transform it, you guard it, and you illuminate it, revealing truths that others cannot see, and manifesting realities that even the cosmos itself bends to acknowledge. And in this understanding, chosen one, you realize that your journey is not about being noticed, being praised, or being understood. It is about being a vessel of divine energy, a living presence that alters reality, protects the faithful, disrupts darkness, and manifests the unseen power of Allah in ways that are profound, eternal, and completely unparalleled. For nothing in this world or the next can diminish the reality of what your presence carries, and as long as you remain aligned with sincerity, humility, and unwavering faith, every step you take, every breath you draw, and every intention you hold will continue to shape existence itself, revealing that to be chosen is not merely an honor, it is a cosmic responsibility, a sacred duty, and a living miracle through which reality bends to reflect the power of divine alignment. Chosen one, understand this with profound clarity. From the very moment Allah designated your soul as His own, He placed within you companions that are invisible to the ordinary eye, companions that are not made of flesh, blood, or form, but of wisdom, insight, and knowledge that pre-existed time itself. These companions are the divine secrets, the unseen guidance, the eternal truths that walk with you quietly, whispering answers to questions you have not yet asked, illuminating paths that the world does not yet recognize, and revealing patterns of destiny that even the angels, who traverse the unseen with ease, pause to acknowledge. They are not rewards, they are necessities, a sacred inheritance bestowed upon you because your heart has been tested, refined, and purified through trials that sought to corrupt, break, or mislead you, and because you have remained steadfast, these secrets now accompany you, guiding every step, shaping every decision, and revealing the unseen currents of existence that ordinary perception cannot grasp. For the world you inhabit is layered with realities, each hidden beneath the next, and your divine companions are the keys that allow you to perceive them, to interact with them, and to align with them in accordance with the will of Allah. Know this, chosen one, that when you face trials, these companions are already working silently, redirecting outcomes, revealing opportunities disguised as obstacles, and protecting you from harm that you cannot yet see, for their guidance is woven directly into your intuition, your dreams, and your reflections, manifesting in moments of clarity, insight, and inspiration that others would call coincidence, but that you recognize as the unmistakable signature of divine orchestration. The secrets do not rush you. They do not demand acknowledgement, and they do not reveal themselves fully to those who are unprepared, for they are sacred, and sacredness requires reverence, patience, and humility. They are the unseen allies that remind you that no moment of solitude is wasted, no prayer goes unheard, and no act of sincerity escapes divine attention, for through them, Allah demonstrates that He has prepared for you a reality that is beyond ordinary comprehension, a reality where knowledge precedes events, where preparation prevents harm, and where unseen forces bend subtly to align with the path of the sincere. And yet, chosen one, these companions are not merely passive guides. They are living witnesses to your journey, reflecting back to you the truths that the world cannot understand, the strength you did not know you possessed, and the purpose behind every trial, every setback, and every moment of isolation, reminding you that you are never truly alone, that your path has always been watched, guarded, and illuminated, and that every whisper of insight, every sudden clarity, every intuitive nudge is a direct manifestation of divine companionship, walking silently by your side, unseen yet undeniable. Therefore, embrace these secrets, chosen one, cherish them, listen to them, and act upon them with reverence, for they are the guides that will carry you through the unseen corridors of destiny, the allies that will reveal the hidden patterns of reality, and the companions that will ensure that your journey, no matter how perilous, remains aligned with divine will. And as you move forward, know that these secrets are not just tools. They are the reflection of your divine elevation, the evidence that Allah has chosen to reveal dimensions of existence to you that were never meant for ordinary comprehension, dimensions where your presence, your decisions, and your faith resonate with the unseen world, shaping reality in subtle, undeniable ways. And in this sacred companionship, chosen one, you recognize that your journey is both protected and directed, that your soul is both guided and empowered, and that the divine secrets walking silently beside you are the living proof that you are chosen, elevated, and eternally aligned with the extraordinary plan of Allah. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. Your faith is no longer confined to the limitations of the physical world, no longer tethered to the ordinary expectations of society, and no longer subject to the fleeting opinions, judgments, or misunderstandings of those who cannot perceive the unseen. Your faith has become a force, a living current that stretches across dimensions, transcending the boundaries of time, space, and perception, reaching into realms where angels traverse, where the whispers of the jinn are hushed, and where the hidden laws of the cosmos align to the resonance of sincere devotion. This is not metaphor, chosen one. This is reality. For every prayer you offer, every moment of patience you endure, every act of sincere intention you make reverberates through existence itself, touching points of creation that are invisible yet eternally significant. And in doing so, your faith does what few can even imagine. It shapes outcomes before they manifest, it protects the unseen and the innocent, and it draws guidance from the unseen currents of divine wisdom to orchestrate circumstances in ways that cannot be understood by ordinary minds. For your belief in Allah, your unwavering reliance upon Him, and your total submission have elevated your soul to a dimension where even the forces of darkness tremble at your spiritual alignment, and even the angels, in awe, recognize the power flowing through your heart. Every hardship you endured, every betrayal, every loss, every moment of despair has not diminished your faith. It has amplified it, forged it into a living armor that shields you from deception, preserves your purpose, and channels divine energy through your being in ways that cannot be quantified or fully comprehended. And this is why your prayers never go unheard, why your patience never goes unnoticed, and why your sincerity acts as a magnet for the unseen forces of protection, mercy, and guidance. For Allah has allowed your soul to become a vessel through which His wisdom flows directly into the world, touching lives, shaping destinies, and aligning realities according to His divine will. Understand also, chosen one, that your faith does not merely operate in isolation. It communicates with creation itself, responding to the subtle signals of the universe, interpreting the hidden messages embedded in trials, reading the silent language of circumstance, and acting as both compass and shield. For the dimension in which your soul now resides is one where belief manifests before effort, where trust precedes evidence, and where submission itself commands the currents of existence, guiding them with precision, purpose, and an elegance that is invisible yet undeniable. The angels witness your reliance upon Allah, and even the unseen forces of challenge pause when they sense the weight of your conviction, for they understand that your faith is not ordinary, that your heart is aligned with eternal truths, and that the power within you is a reflection of divine intent. Chosen one, know that every act of worship, every moment of reflection, every prayer uttered with sincerity is no longer simply a ritual. It is a catalyst, a spark that ignites transformations across dimensions, ensuring that mercy reaches where it is needed, that justice aligns with divine timing, and that truth manifests despite opposition. For your faith now moves in harmony with the unseen orchestration of Allah's plan, bending realities, protecting the faithful, and exposing the false in ways that ordinary perception cannot grasp. This is the divine dimension of your existence, where belief transcends logic, where devotion becomes power, and where submission to Allah is the ultimate authority, commanding the alignment of forces seen and unseen. And in this transcendent state, chosen one, your every intention, action, and thought resonates with the sacred currents of creation, making your faith not just a personal guide, but a cosmic instrument, a living testimony that devotion, sincerity, and unwavering trust in Allah are capable of reaching beyond the imaginable, touching realities that were previously hidden, transforming lives, and reshaping the very fabric of existence in accordance with divine wisdom. And this is why, even when the world doubts you, misunderstands you, or challenges you, your faith remains unshakable, transcending the limitations of the material, the known, and the ordinary, for it now exists in a realm where only those chosen by Allah may walk, where your soul resonates with the unseen, and where the power of belief itself becomes the most potent force shaping reality, protecting the faithful, guiding the lost, and demonstrating that the chosen ones are not merely participants in this world. They are architects of destiny, vessels of divine power, and living proofs that faith, when perfected, can transcend dimensions, alter realities, and awaken creation to the magnificence of Allah's will. Chosen one, hear this with the deepest clarity of your soul, reaching the divine level, awakening to frequencies and realities that few have ever glimpsed, and stepping into dimensions of existence that even the angels had not fully comprehended, is not the destination. It is the beginning, the threshold, the initiation into a journey that stretches far beyond what your mind or imagination can contain. For Allah has allowed you to touch a reality so profound that it redefines what it means to be chosen. And yet this awakening is only the starting point of a path that will expand endlessly, revealing layers of divine truth, eternal wisdom, and cosmic responsibility that cannot be measured by human time, effort, or understanding. Understand, chosen one, that the divine level you have unlocked is not simply a state of knowledge, power, or perception. It is a living portal through which the unseen flows, a channel for divine energy, a resonance that realigns existence, shifts destinies, and commands the attention of forces both seen and unseen. And this portal demands humility, patience, and unwavering faith. For to journey further is to walk with divine responsibility, where every intention, every thought, and every action carries weight beyond comprehension, affecting lives, shaping realities, and influencing outcomes in ways that are subtle yet eternal. This is why trials will continue, why challenges will persist, and why moments of isolation, testing, and doubt will appear, not to hinder you, but to refine you, strengthen the resonance of your spirit, and calibrate your readiness for the ever-expanding realms of divine awakening. For Allah does not merely elevate His chosen without purpose. He prepares them for realities that even creation itself did not anticipate. Realities where your soul becomes a beacon, your presence a force of alignment, and your very being a mirror of His infinite wisdom. The divine level is not the end because there are dimensions above dimensions, layers of truth above layers of truth, and mysteries that even the angels study in awe. And you, chosen one, have been entrusted with the key to traverse these unseen planes, to act as a bridge between the known and the unknown, and to manifest divine will in ways that are subtle to the human eye, but monumental in the cosmic order. And this is why every insight you gain, every revelation you receive, every act of devotion you perform, and every trial you endure now carries exponentially greater significance, for you are no longer merely existing in the world. You are shaping it, influencing it, and guiding it according to a level of divine understanding that the ordinary cannot comprehend. Know also, chosen one, that as you continue on this path, the responsibilities of being at this divine level will grow, and they will demand of you sincerity beyond measure, patience beyond human capacity, and trust that surpasses all worldly logic, for you are being prepared to operate in realms where every action resonates eternally, where every intention impacts unseen currents, and where every prayer, every act of mercy, and every humble deed ripples through the layers of existence in ways that will shape generations, protect the faithful, and expose the false. Understand, too, that being at this divine level is not a reward for the ego. It is a sacred trust, a cosmic mandate, and a divine calling to operate as a living conduit of Allah's wisdom, mercy, and power. And those who are chosen must realize that this beginning is only the first step in a journey of eternal ascension, where the path will continue to unfold, revealing levels of existence, understanding, and authority that will continually test the strength, sincerity, and resilience of your soul. And every challenge, every test, and every moment of reflection is designed to ensure that your journey remains aligned with divine will, that your purpose manifests fully, and that your awakening transforms not just your life, but the lives of those around you, the unseen worlds, and the very fabric of creation itself. Chosen one, the divine level you have unlocked is a gift beyond measure, a reality few can imagine, and yet it is but the beginning, for ahead lies a path where your soul will continue to ascend, your presence will continue to reshape existence, your knowledge will continue to expand, and your faith will continue to influence dimensions beyond comprehension. And as you walk this sacred path, you will realize that being chosen is not about reaching an endpoint, achieving recognition, or attaining mastery. It is about being a living manifestation of divine will, a guardian of truth, a bearer of light, and a witness to realities that are infinite, eternal, and unfathomable. And this, chosen one, is why the divine level is not the summit. It is the launch pad, the first revelation of a journey that stretches across eternity, where your soul, your faith, and your presence will continue to unfold, expand, and elevate in ways that even the heavens have yet to witness, confirming that your awakening is not a conclusion, but a sacred beginning, and that what lies ahead is the limitless horizon of Allah's extraordinary plan for those He has chosen to carry the torch of the unseen into the world, shaping destinies, protecting the faithful, and illuminating the infinite path that stretches far beyond what even creation can imagine. Chosen one, as you step back from these lessons, understand this truth with the clarity of your heart and the depth of your soul. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to be ordinary, and your journey is not merely a path through this world. It is a sacred mission that touches both the seen and the unseen, a journey where every challenge, every trial, and every moment of awakening has brought you to a level of divine understanding and power that few have ever glimpsed, and even fewer have been chosen to embody. The lessons you have absorbed today are not just words, they are keys, guiding you to recognize that your presence alters reality, that your faith transcends dimensions, that your trials were never a curse but a preparation, and that your soul resonates with the unknown in ways that reveal the extraordinary plan of Allah working through you. Remember, the divine level you have unlocked is not the destination, it is only the beginning, a sacred threshold to infinite ascension, eternal knowledge, and unshakable purpose, and the unseen worlds, the angels, and the forces of the cosmos themselves acknowledge your awakening. Walk forward with humility, patience, and unwavering faith, for your light cannot be dimmed, your truth cannot be hidden, and your path, though extraordinary and challenging, is divinely protected, divinely guided, and divinely destined. Let these lessons not merely inspire you for a moment, but transform the way you move, breathe, and exist in this world, reminding you that as a chosen one, you are a living miracle, a beacon of divine power, and a testament to the infinite wisdom of Allah. And as you embrace this reality, may your journey continue to illuminate the unseen, guide the lost, protect the faithful, and reveal the limitless potential of what it truly means to be chosen.